Good afternoon, all. My name is Divya. I am here to present the Python lab assignment. This assignment is given by Triple IT Bangalore and upgrades. Let's begin the presentation with our problem statement. The problem statement is like there is a given list of integers. I have to find the two element whose sum is closest to 0. The list can contain both positive and negative integers. Our output should match like the function should return the two element whose sum is closest to 0, and if there is multiples pair with the same distance to 0, it should return any of one of them. If the list is empty, the function should return none. For example, given the list -4, 7, 6, 2, -5, the function should return the pair -5 and 6 as the sum of these two elements is closest to 0. We have closest to 0. I have include two methodology which show that one is the brute force approach and second one is optimized approach. Approach is inverse iterating through all the possible pair of element and combining their sum, and method has the time complexity order of n square and the inefficient of the large list. Therefore, the large list alternative approach such as sorting the list or using Hurst table can be employed to achieve the lower time complexity. In further slide, we have detail explained for the code references. Moving forward to second approach, here are the brute brute force approach. We have written down the code and we have further breaking down it for your references. Let's break it down the code. Our first code is defined that the function which can take array as an input and the other next to line. These lines initialize the two variables means different to in infinity and the pair to none mean difference will keep track of the minimum difference between n of our pair of element element. The pair will store mm, the pair of element whose sum is very close to 0. In the loop we have taken two for loop and an if test statement. The line is implemented the brute force approach. The outer loop iterates through each element in the array and the inner loop it is through all the element after the current element. This ensure that each pair of the element is considered only once. The sum of the current pair is calculated and its absolute value is taken to number that the distance from 0 is always positive. If the distance is similar than the current minimum difference, the minimum difference is updated and the current pair of the store in a in the pair. Let's break down the code that are our third slides. Here I have written the final statement pair final statement the return pair statement. This line of code is returning the closest pair in the functions. moving moving forward to optimized approach to, this involves storing the array first and then finding the pair of iterating through the store array from both sides moving forward towards each other. This method is time complexity of order to n log n, the length of the first of the list. Here is the optimized approach code code uh, optimized code for your references. We are looking down the code more understanding the call for everyone. The first line of code is defining an the close pair of close to one functions. We have taken an array for an input. After that input array is sorted through the sort functions, and after the next line of code which initialize the two variables called right left right and 0. Moving forward to the other line of the code, we have also taken some pair and is this line of code the two variables minimum summed pair is initialized. The minimum sum is initialized to the in in initialized to none because we don't know which pair of the number will considered closest to 0. We have also a wireless statement which while which the while loop which continue as long as the index left is the less than the index right. The next current sum equal to the r a 3 left plus r3 right line of code. Calculate the sum of current pair of the element where array left and the area 3 of a right are the current element that indicate that the left and right respectively. If you have an if statement also include the function the its if set statement check if the absolute value sum is lesser than the current minimum sum. If yes, then minimum sum is updated. The absolute value of the current zone and the pair of sets to the current pair of element. We have also another if statement inside the loop, like was the, which was we have mentioned in the slide also. The above if else statement update the indicate the right and left depending on the sign of the current sums. If the current sums is negative, then the left is incremented to move the next element in the sorted array. Otherwise, the right is decremented to move the previous element to its sorted array. In this last line, we have written the written the return pair in order to conclude to optimized method is generally a better choice as it has a better time complexity for a large input size. However, for the smallest input size, the bot mm, bot root raw afterward method when we still may still mm, be the reasonable approach. Thank you all for your time. Hope you have a good day.